Hello everybody, welcome to my introverted life. I'm Wendy and it's been about 6 months. Sorry about that. So I thought today I'd put together a quick little video. I know everybody's doing their WIP parades. I do have every intention of doing a WIP parade, but this video is just going to be a quick little bit about some new starts that you haven't seen, some finishes, my Wipgo. I'm going to go over some at the paper patterns, all the paper patterns I have, which is not many, as well as plans for Stitch Mania. Now I know Stitch Mania, the group is actually been shut down, but the concept of Stitch Mania is something that I'm going to continue doing. Even my Wipgo, I'm not part of the Wipgo group. I have just made the choice to sort of follow along with it. I'm going to get started with just new WIPs. Hopefully I will be able to put pictures in. That is my plan. That is my goal, is to learn to put in photos. I know I've done it before. I just know I tried it again later on and kind of couldn't get it to work right. So, gonna try again. This first one is barely started. As you can see, this is one color in here. This is a second color, very similar. The pattern is something to do with time. It is Heaven and Earth Designs. I actually paid to, sorry for crinkling, have it kitted up. Oh, there you go. Time Goes By. I did the Max Colors version and on the regular size. As for the kitting up, so far I haven't been a huge fan of it. I like the fact that everything's separated. I like the cards with the numbers. It's still a struggle to find the color I need. I need to redo this. Find some sort of little... What I need is more of these little black rings, and put the black ring over here so that you can actually flip through it, because with this thing you can't. Other than that, just the kit itself literally took 4 months to arrive. Heaven and Earth Designs says absolutely nothing about it taking that long to get a kit. So you literally order it, buy it, pay for it, and then it says something about 90 days. Well, after 90 days, I contacted him, and I get this message back. Oh, LOL, that's 90 business days. Okay. So, another month later, 4 months, finally got the kit. And even after 3 months, I was kind of annoyed. And I was like, well, can I cancel this? And, oh no, we're already in the process of you're in the process of cutting a piece of fabric, which is even weave, 25, 28 count. That's what I got. I'm doing, you can see, tent stitch, doing 2/1 tent stitch, which I am loving this process, by the way. Loving the 2/1 tent stitch for full coverage. Just saying. But, I get the kit, and it's these, and there's a, oh, what else was there? I ordered a needle minder. That was another thing. They didn't even send the needle minder separately. They waited until they kitted all this up to send the needle minder. And the needle minder wasn't even for this project. The needle minder matched one of my other full coverage pieces that you've seen. And there was a little bag with it that had a needle bit for a counting needle. It wasn't super great. I'm not really impressed with it. Not something I'd do again, especially with the time that it takes. So I'm just gonna toss that aside. That goes aside. Another new start. I'll just show this one real quick. This is actual knitting. I do have a start and finish in knitting. I started a pair of socks for my mom and finished them and gave them to her for Christmas. No, I don't have a picture of that, sorry. This will be a sweater. It's from this magazine, which is Spring Summer 18 of Knit Simple. That's the pattern. Where's the picture? There we go. That is the design that it will be. I wanted to do maroon, but they didn't have the maroon in the yarn. This yarn is cotton yarn from Lion Brand. What's it called? 24/7 cotton or something like that. Pattern I know says. Knit patterns aren't quite like yeah, 24/7 cotton by Lion Brand. I was going to try and switch it to wool. I'm actually glad I stuck with the cotton. I think the structure of the cotton is much better for this design, but the weight of the wool versus cotton just had me not feeling it with the swapping of the yarn type. I can talk, I swear. But yes, that is that. I'm just working on the back right now. Next is this. Again, another picture, hopefully, to put in. This is all I've got done on it. This was a pain in the butt. I picked this pattern off of Etsy. Cute pattern. Really love it. It doesn't really have much of a name. It's like Christmas motif. And the store. Yeah. Apparently I chose to do this when my brain wasn't working. Granted, my brain's always not working, so now's as good a time as any, I guess. But the store's something like X Stitch Patterns 88 or something like that. But I saw no indication that the patterns themselves were from other places or anything like that. So, but the patterns will go into Pattern Keeper. Unfortunately, when you swap it over, this has a bunch of half stitches, which, as you can see, putting in right there, half stitches, or 10th stitches, I guess is the more correct term for them. But yeah, so I suddenly discovered that several of my stitches were full stitches and they were supposed to be the 10th stitches, and then my counting was off and I pulled stuff out like 5 times, so sorry about that. It's just not the funnest thing. The fabric's just 18 Aida. I dyed it with Rit Dye Petal Pink, I think is what it was called. This next one is the most exciting one. Can you tell what it is? Again, picture. This is as far as I've gone on it. For those of you that do not know or can't tell, this is actually Lady of the Flag. I finally got the pattern. I'm borrowing it from a friend. So I was waiting on that for a little while. I actually don't even have the picture. She just sent the pattern itself, and then the pattern I took pictures of. And I stitched from my phone, and the pattern is set away safely so that it's in good shape so she can send it. Yeah, lots of S's, sorry about that. So she can send it to other people that are going to be borrowing the pattern eventually. But I'm actually loving this. It's really just crazy how it's looking. It's I love working on it. There's a lot of block colors, which are just great to work on. I'm looking forward to putting the beads in. I don't quite want to put them together yet. Put them in yet because I'm stitching in hand, and I like to roll things up, and I don't want the beads to catch and snag things and stuff like that. So I have worked on some other projects. Oh, the fabric is just a linen. Can't remember the count, sorry, but I tea-dyed it, and it's just kind of got this slight swirl to the tea dye. Most of the darker spots are, I think, on the, not the other side, the part this side that's rolled up already. But yeah, I thought that would be kind of cool looking on something like that. I have worked on other projects that you have seen before, but I decided to just show the ones that I've worked on recently and just started. And when I do my WIP parade, you'll be able to see progress on any of the others. I do have a few finishes. One of my finishes I do not have here. Again, try to pop in a picture to show you. It's called Owl's Christmas from Soda Stitch. Yeah, but that was a present for my mom, so I don't have it. Sorry. Don't even have a picture of the way I finished it. So, but I will try and pop in a picture so you know what it looks like. This was a quick stitch. This is Weeks Dye Works. It's not Sweet Pea, but it's another one very, very similar to the Sweet Pea colorway. This is one of my tote bags. This tote bag, actually. But there, you can see I just stitched it. I used the waste canvas. Not a huge fan of using the waste canvas, but I wanted, as you can see, just a tote bag. It's got something in here. That's my notions pouch. This is actually the bag I am carrying my Lady of the Flag in. Lady of the Flag will be a like concentration piece. It will be one of the main pieces I work on until it's finished, because I want to be able to get that pattern sent off to the next person in line. My other finish that I have with me is my favorite murder, Stay Sexy, Don't Get Murdered pattern. This is my own design. It is up on my Etsy store now. It had some issues. Okay, it didn't have issues. I had issues. If you recall, I started it. Turns out I started it in the wrong spot. Had to rip out, redo. Came down here, do some more stars. Again, started them in the wrong spot. Had to rip out, move over, redo. But I love the way the knife turned out. I think it looks awesome. And the stars look really cool. And the fade of the letters, I think it turned out really great. I had done a flat hanging finish for this for the photos and looked at it and said, I don't want that. So I'm going to actually turn this into a tote bag. Hold on. Let's see if I can, because I forgot to grab something that's over here. I'm sorry. This is fabric available on Spoonflower, SSDGM. Stay Sexy, Don't Get Murdered. For all of you true crime fans out there that like a good podcast, you will know what this is about. But I'm going to be using this fabric with it to make me a tote bag. That tote bag will become a project bag because this is the type of person I am. But those are my finishes. From there, what we are going to do is go over to this side, and this is Wipgo. This is my Wipgo board, which needs to be redone because I'm switching those two out. The reason is this is Lady of the Flag. It's going to be my concentration piece, so I want to put it in the middle slot. That way, if I finish it before it gets called, that space I'll just turn into the free space. I won't try to find something else to replace it or anything like that. But, so, and yes, I just write it out. I don't make a pretty little printout the way most people do. That requires having some organizational skills, which I don't have. Anyways, numbers for this month, it's like the 2nd right now in case anybody's curious, of January. Numbers called out for this month was number 2 and 19. Number 2 is Circle of Life, which is this guy right here. And I actually pulled it out and put in about an hour worth of work on it, and I was hating every moment of it. So I sat there for a minute and thought about it, and thought about it a little bit more, and realized I hated the fabric it was on. It was a 22 count Haida Art, that's not correct, Ada Hardanger fabric. I didn't like it. I wasn't liking it. I loved the color. It was a fabric that I had hand dyed myself, and it was this green yellow mixture. Looked so cool. Looked so cool. Really liked the design on it. Hated the fabric. Hated the fabric. So I went looking through my fabric to see if I could find anything else that I actually kind of liked. And this is from White Willow Stitching, in case anybody's curious. I came up with this fabric. So the fabric will be this direction, and it will have this on it. And I think that will look really, really cool. So even though I put in an hour on it previously, I'm not going to count that hour, and I think I have, most things have 8 hours or 500 stitches. I can't count stitches on something like this. I don't have the patience to figure out how to do that. So it'll just be 8 hours worth of work, and I will do 8 hours as a fresh start. Other thing is my quilt. This is the quilt design. I have taken it, recharted it to like, I think quadruple the size, and I'm doing it in reds instead. This is one of the appliques that I have started. It'll be like right there. See, there. And I haven't worked on this in years, so I put it on my Wipgo board so that I'd actually kind of work on it. My goal is, because I still have some of these squares to finish sewing up. So my goal is to get those done. I have 8 hours allotted for it. I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish them up. They take a lot longer than you'd think. At least for me they do. But since they take that long, since they take a long time, I'm not really sure how long it'll take. And if I have more time, then I'll probably work on applique where I can. Other than that, there is only one concern on my Wipgo board, and that is this one right here, Death by Cross Stitch. I have the pattern. I don't have the stuff to start it. As you can see, it's a start. I have start plus 8 hours. I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford to get the stuff for it. If I can't, I don't know what I'm going to do in place of that, if it's called, but we will see. My original plan, again, I'll try and put a Death by Cross Stitch picture in here if I can remember. But the plan is a dark chocolate brown over a teal turquoise mottled marbled fabric. I had wanted to contact what's it called? Silks for You out of Australia. None of their colors are quite dark enough on their site, or quite the right chocolate brown color. They tend to be a medium brown or a mahogany, and that's not quite what I'm looking for. So I was going to contact them and have them do a hank for me, but cost-wise, I just don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I can, however, spend like 20-25 bucks and get a cone of DMC in a dark brown. That will work just fine. As for the fabric, I'm not sure yet. I'll have to look through my stash, see if there's any that I can dye up myself, which is what I'm hoping for, though I kind of don't think I have any pieces that are big enough. Kind of pretty sure I don't. So I'll probably have to order just a regular white even weave and then some RIT dye and dye it up, and that'll hopefully save me on money to do that. It's kind of tough. I can't decide if Death by Cross Stitch is more of a process stitch or a product stitch. If it's a product stitch, I'd much rather get the silks and purchase a nice piece of already hand-dyed fabric. But I am looking forward to the process as well, so will it be worth it to not have that stuff for it? I just don't know. So that's the only issue with my Wipgo board at the moment. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. Now, however, we will move on to a very quick, these are what patterns I have in my stash. And this is just to kind of show you some future plans. This is Mirabilia. This is Autumn Queen. The queens are beautiful. This is the only one I really wanted. I bought this for something like 30 bucks. Now it costs like 70, at least last time I looked. So I got it at a good time when I did. But yeah, this is one, again, I'm looking forward to the process for sure, but I want the product, so I will be getting all the right stuff for it. So I will probably not be stitching it anytime soon. This is just a random pattern that came in a group of stuff that I had, but it's like super cute. I'm not going to show you all of it, but it's the little cats. I'm showing you this because it's colored in and you can hardly tell what the symbols are. This cat has a pumpkin on its head. This cat is a ghost, which literally is just backstitch out, and then there's a cat ahead that's got a witch's cap on. Figure maybe someday if I'm bored I can stitch that. I don't have to get these exact colors. I'll just grab colors that work. This I picked up off of eBay. They had the full series. It's from Stony Creek. Oh, why didn't I open this? Because I'm a dunce. And they had the fabric for it. This is a list of all the things that I need. Oh my gosh, this is again something that will not be done anytime soon. But as you can see, there's all these pieces, and then if you look there, you can put it as a long thing, which is what I want to do. A long thing, yes. Oh, there we go. Maybe I should show you the back. That would make sense. These came out in 2017. Every single one of them has several buttons that I need to get and some random threads and just, oh. So I will not be making it anytime soon, but I love them. I think, I just love this. I think it's so great. It's, you know, got little sayings and stuff. It's super cute. And, you know, on eBay it was all of them plus the fabric at a really great price. So maybe I will try and keep a lookout for, I'm just tossing that aside, fixing it later, but maybe I'll try and keep a lookout for like the buttons and stuff like that at a really great price. We will see. This is something I might just pull out and randomly do sometime. Women who behave rarely make history. I first saw this on Lollipop Stitchers, and when I was on 123 Stitch one time, it was on sale or on clearance, one or the other, and yeah, when it was on sale, I went ahead and grabbed it. So, and it comes with these little, that little charm is around here somewhere. You can see it's in the pattern. Comes with the charm for it, so yeah. Here is another Mirabilia. I originally started this with plans to change the dress colors to purple to make this for my sister. I started it. There were issues. I eventually tore the linen that it was on. The linen sucked. It was like 28 count one way and 32 count the other way. It was crappy linen. So, as you can see, that indicates color conversion. There's the beads for it. These are actually the called for beads. I felt like they would work because most of them were just black. Would work with the purple, so I have the beads for it. And I don't know what I'm going to do, if I want to retry the purple or not. So that's just on hold until whenever. This, I love this pattern. This is something I'd like to start this year. As you can see, I've got a lot of threads out. There's 9 threads I think that are missing, and I need to get the fabric for it. There's some things I'm doing in my life. I have goals set for certain things, and if I reach a certain goal for one of these things, this is my reward, is to get the stuff for it. It should cost me about 40 bucks. Even 40 bucks is kind of hard to come by right now, but yeah, I'll do what I can. The plan is to do that unless I get even poorer than I am right now. Another pattern I completely love. I think I picked this up off of eBay. You know, somebody put it on auction like half the price it normally goes for, something like that. So I picked it up. If I get bored, maybe I'll look into starting this at some point. I love the back stitch. That is so cool. These are my 2 Shannon Christine designs. Paisley Owl and Ice Castle. This I have seen somebody actually start in the actual colors and the actual fabric and the actual floss. It looks way cooler than this weird mock-up that she did on these. That's a weird mock-up. So I'm hoping that this one will have that same effect. That does seems pretty cool, so I think it has a chance. Again, these, I don't know when I will be able to work on them. Got them several years ago. Don't think I paid $10 for them. Pretty sure I got them for like $5 or something, because that is what I do. Yeah, these are all askew and out of order, so yay! Next is the final grouping. Oh crap. This is my Stitch Mania starts. Now I know the group is shut down and stuff like that. There will of course be a ton of us still doing some sort of form of it. I've never been involved in any of the groups. I'm doing Wipgo. I am not part of the group. I'm not part of the group. I can't keep up with all the stuff they want you to do. I'm not in any sort of prompt groups or anything like that, any challenge groups, because I'm just not going to follow this stuff. But I do take the ones that I can and utilize them to whatever effect works for me. Last year for Wipgo, I actually took out works that I had previously worked on, I think in like 2017, that I'd originally started then, and I pulled them out and I put some work in on them this past year for Wipgo. This year, I'm going to start all the things. I've got tons of, these are either they came as kits or they're kitted up. I think all but one actually is a actual kit. And most of them are Dimensions. The other 2 are Soda Shop. And 5 of them, I think, are Christmas. So, we'll just start looking at them. This is Dimensions Gold. This is Toy Shop. It's a small guy, 6x6. This I actually won from Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. I saw it. It was the only thing I put in for, and I happened to win it. So this is Believe in Santa. I think it's pretty. Next Dimensions, not a Dimensions Gold, just a regular Dimensions. Let It Snow. I don't think this one will be too hard to do. I don't think it'll take too long. These next two are Soda Shop. This one is Pinup Girl, which is cute. This one was not kitted up, and I have everything kitted up. Now, I have to say something. This fabric came from a Joy Sunday kit. Yes, I know the deal with Joy Sundays. Yes, this one is a Joy Sunday kit. I am using the crap that came in the kit, and I am buying the actual pattern. I haven't bought it yet. Again, money. But before I start this, if I don't get the pattern before May, when I do Stitch Mania, I will set it aside and I will not start it. But, so I will get this actual pattern, the actual Ice Cream Cats pattern from Soda Stitch. I just haven't yet. I'm using the kit stuff. The kit stuff, oddly enough, I had bought a lot of a bunch of cross-stitch stuff that I like put up on eBay and stuff like that for resale. One of the kits that came in it was this full kit. I'm not going to resell Joy Sunday. Sorry, I'm not, because I do know the deal with Joy Sunday. So I pulled the stuff out of the kit. I pulled the floss. It was this exact same kit. So I now have 2 floss sets in here. And if I run out of something, then, you know, then I'll have extra. So I'll be just fine. And then the fabric that was in the second kit came to here. I know it's Joy Sunday. I know people have their issues with it. I'm not going to waste the money. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I'm not going to waste the fabric and the supplies and stuff like that if I can get away with it. Simply because, like I've said before, I'm poor. I'm very low income. I'm nearly poverty level. Doing a hobby such as this is an expensive hobby. I do everything I can to reduce that expense. I have to. If I want to do this hobby, I have to find ways to reduce expenses. It just said maximum file size reached, which means it stopped for a second and is now filming again. So I'll have to cut these 2 pieces together, which doesn't really surprise me, but yeah, I was talking about, you know, not having money, and to do this hobby, I do have to find ways to save money as much as possible. And I do. And I'm still moral about things, which is why I will not stitch this until I buy the actual Soda Shop pattern. And that is where my morals will come into play. I just don't have it yet. It's just in the plans. And I keep this here so that I know what's in there. My next one is clearly in a Ziploc bag. It is, look at that cute kitty. It's the cute kitty in the books. There was lots that I bought, and one of these, there's 2 different ones of these that came in. One that was started, this one was started, but for some odd reason they only had half the fabric. So, I pulled what I needed from each kit and made one full kit that I resold. And then this one I just kept myself, and I happen to have black Ada on hand, I believe. I have like 14 or 18 count, and I believe this calls for 14 count, yeah. So I'll be stitching it slightly smaller, but since I didn't have actual 14 count, I couldn't turn this into an actual resale kit, and, you know, stuff had been started. But its dimensions, I think it has the DMC colors on it, I can't quite remember. Either way, I should be able to find everything I need for it in some form or another. This is, what is it, Scent Express. This is 10 by 10. Just another cute little pattern for Christmas. Gonna get started. And then my final one is a tree skirt. The thing about this one is that I'm going to do some slight color changing. I want it to be more pinkish looking, so I'm going to change out the red and do more pinks. I think I might try to change the coffee mug to a pink. I'm going to change the bow to a pink bow. The red present's going to be pink. Maybe the angel and probably the stocking. And then maybe pink hearts and just little things like that. So it's more pinkish, which goes with my Christmas decor. And that, my friends, is the end of it. That is the end of it. That is my mess. That is my mess of stuff in which I have done and worked on and am working on, and hopefully, well, not quick, but a somewhat quicker than an actual, what an actual podcast would take me. That's the word I was looking for. This is an actual podcast would probably take me like an hour. So hopefully this is just a little bit quicker. Catch you up on what I've been doing, what my plans are for the future, and hopefully I will be going back to vlog styles, not the sitting in front of a camera, because that just takes too much work and I'm too lazy to do that. But I do like doing the vlogs, and I will be going back to that and keeping you posted, hopefully, on what I am up to, and hopefully, the plan is, I'm telling myself I'm going to do this in the next week or two, will be a WIP parade. And until then, I will talk to you later. Don't work too hard, have fun, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you later. Bye.